Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the Murfreesboro.com podcast. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, today we have a wonderful guest, Miss Robin Housch over here, who is, I'm just going to call you Renaissance woman. You do everything. You do.
Okay, I've never been called that before, but I'll take it.
Well, every time we talk, I find something new that you're doing, which like your patent thing, which we'll get to in a little bit. But very cool, by the way, very cool. But you are doing some wonderful things in the community, and we wanted to talk about it. So thank you for coming on. Appreciate that.
Thank you. But I will tell you, just to start off, you have to understand why I'm the Renaissance woman.
Why is that?
I went home about a few months ago and told my mom and dad, I said, I need to have a serious talk.
Okay.
And I sat them down and I said, I've got a problem. And they said, what is it? And I said, I have a problem with what you taught me.
Okay.
And they said, okay. I said, you said there's no such word as can't. So I'm in trouble.
That right?
I'll try anything I can do.
That's right. Now, if it's there, give it a shot. Hey, that's a good thing, though, because, well, again, look at what you're doing, which everybody's going to learn here shortly. I mean, you're doing so much and so many good things for the community. So thank you for what you do. Everybody else is going to thank you here in a minute.
Thank God, yeah.
I think there you go. All right. Well, first off, about you. Tell us about you. Where are you from? Are you from Murfreesboro? Where are you from?
I am not. I'm
Okay.
originally from New England.
Okay.
I left home when I was 18.
Gotcha.
And ended up in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
Met my former husband there. He brought me here to Tennessee, and I cried when he told me we were coming because all I knew was hee-haw, and I thought y'all didn't wear shoes.
Oh.
I literally thought that, and I cried. I was sitting at my desk in the insurance office. I'm like, no, we're not. He said, yeah, we are. And I'm like, they don't wear shoes. And I know it's kind of silly, but I really thought that's what Tennessee was all about.
That's funny.
So that was back in 1990, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, cool.
And raised my son here.
There you go. Yeah, it's funny when we moved. My dad had a big job, moved us around a lot, and I also came here when I was 18. And all I thought was country music and mullets. That's all I thought. Yeah, Jen's laughing.
There you go. I mean, it's what you saw on TV.
Right, exactly.
And that's what you thought.
But 2 weeks of living here, I was like, I'm never leaving. I love it here.
I know.
Oh, it's a great place.
I know.
Yeah.
I had that chance to leave after, some situations occurred, and I said, no, I'm not going home. This is home.
Yeah. See, there you go.
This is home.
I know. I mean, I may not have been born here, but this is home to me.
It's home.
Yeah, I've been here over half my life now. Sounds like you have too. And
Yeah, 3/4, yeah.
there you go. Yeah, see, this is home. Yeah, this is home. But moving forward to today, you run a company called A&H Companies, which you help people find jobs, and you help. I'm going to let you explain. What do you do with that?
Okay, so A&H Companies is similar to a staffing company, but we're more like a contract. We call ourselves contract labor, kind of an enigma. We've got our own little niche. All of we operate similar.
Okay.
But all of our positions are contract to hire, direct hire. What is very different about us is we act as an arm of your HR department.
Okay.
So, we're going to spend that 15 minutes to a half an hour with an $18, $20 hour employee, like you would with an $80,000 a year salary employee. We want to get to know them and their personality and their culture, because we want to match them with the culture of the company.
Yeah.
And therefore, because of that, it has allowed us to have a 75% less turnover rate than most agencies out there.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
But I like what you said in your office, how you the contract to hire, you're finding people for full-time, long-term positions. So you quote, work yourself out of a job. But that's,
We do. So we've been in business 8 years. We're a solid company. We're debt-free.
Yeah.
But the challenge with us is we're unknown.
Okay.
And when we go to talk to companies, they say, hey, you're just like any other agency. But then when they get us in there, they're like, holy crap, why didn't we get you sooner?
Yeah.
But the challenge is, it's great for the employers, but it's not good for us, is we work our way out of jobs. So we've never lost a client.
Yep.
We get in there, we get our clients stabilized, and I'm talking about global clients, manufacturing clients, smaller clients, new startups, and then they don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's good for them. It's really not good for my bottom dollar, you know?
I know you're helping out everybody in the long term. You're like, wait, hold on a sec.
Yeah, I got to pay my people in the office,
That's right,
keep them working.
Yeah,
So.
but I also like how you said it in the office the other day, how you work with small mom and pop, like what you just said, up into these giant corporations.
We
like
do.
nothing's off limits. So.
Nothing's off limits. We do small mom and pops. We do clerical. We can do executive positions. We can do manufacturing positions. We do construction. We've done body painters. You name it. A lot of clients come to us, some not a lot, but we originally started off, clients would come to us with a hard-to-fill position like a body painter, and they need specific skill sets. Well, we'll find them.
There you go.
I have a secret weapon. That's Shannon. She's my secret weapon.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. Yeah.
She's something else.
Yeah.
She'll make it happen.
I like Shannon. She's a go-getter.
She is.
So, yeah.
She is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, at least right now at this moment, just for people watching and tuning in, are you looking, do you have jobs to fill? What type of companies are you looking to work with?
Right now, we're looking to work with, maybe that startup company.
Okay.
Or maybe that established manufacturing company or distribution company who's used staffing in the past and they get turned over because they get body after body after body.
Got it.
We'll come in and we tell you, don't get rid of your staffing company. They'll give you the bodies. Sooner or later, we're going to rise to the top and we'll take over because
Gotcha.
we're going to get you stabilized and we basically, what they say, get out of Dodge.
There you go. Nice. Yeah.
Get out of Dodge. But that's what we're looking for. Anybody who's needing something. Currently, we're working with we were introduced to a security company.
Okay, cool.
So we're doing armed security guards right now.
Armed security guards.
We are.
Okay.
But they're direct hires.
Okay.
And that's the uniqueness about us is staffing companies have a very stringent box of goods they can provide. We don't.
Yeah.
We tell you as the client, here's your box. You tell us what you want in the box.
Yeah.
As long as we make a little money, my people keep working, and you're getting what you need, we're good as gold.
Yeah.
So, we're placing security guards now. They started with one, and they thought, we'll give you a shot, and now I think we're up to 5 we placed. They
there
said,
you
oh,
go.
my gosh, you're
There you
taking
go.
care of us. So.
Nice. Awesome. Now, I know you've done stuff in construction with that.
We
So
have.
is that because there's so much of it going on right now? And so is that a good?
It is a good.
Okay.
It is good. So we do general labor and construction. We are breaking in. We've actually got a sister company called iPersonnel,
Okay.
which can be the day labor if we need it.
Gotcha.
I say that tongue in cheek. It's really not day labor. We're going to still make sure that you're getting a quality person.
Yeah.
But A&H doesn't do temp.
Okay.
It's all contract to hire, direct hire. Whereas iPersonnel will do the short term, long term
Yeah.
that we need. But you're not going to get a body.
Okay.
Ever, ever, ever. If you get a body, I tell people I have a guarantee. If you get a body or your turnover isn't reduced, we'll donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice.
Wow. Way
So
to
we're
put
putting
your-
our money where our mouth is.
I was about to say you took that right out of my mouth. Way to put your money where your mouth is. That's awesome.
You can make promises, but if you don't back them up.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, I like that. Well, now, see, like I said, every time we're together, I learn something new. I didn't know you had that sister company. That's another one. Just Jen, add that to the list over there. So, because well, that's cool. I didn't know that. All right, we can explore that one later. But I also really like the people you're helping find the jobs, and how you're doing that. You have a nonprofit as well.
I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah, you want to touch on that real quick?
So I do. So A&H started 8 years ago.
Yes.
And we found there was a demographic that was not being served, and that was individuals with barriers to employment.
Okay.
Companies were not hiring them. COVID did us a real great justice in the fact that normal people didn't want to go to work, so therefore they accepted people with backgrounds.
Got it.
But we decided that a lot of them, when they did come out of incarceration, and understand that's not our whole demographic of who we place.
I get
That's
you.
the nonprofit. But we found out when they did come out of incarceration, they were institutionalized. If they were able to obtain employment, they weren't ready. They didn't know social skills. They didn't know the basics on break time, do not use your phone, how to interact with other people. So we started in 2020 the Sweet Addiction, which is a job readiness program for women in recovery is who we focus on.
Okay, awesome, very cool. I did I did an internship in college many years ago where I helped inmates that had 6 months left on their time to find jobs, and how do I word this? Like, you see a lot of stuff on TV of people that, reoccurring offenders, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But 99% of those people don't want to go back, right? And they come out and they want to work their butts off and get back on their feet. And I remember meeting a lot of these people, men and women, that were some of the hardest working people. And they're like, I want to get back in society. I want to do good. I want to do that. And so the fact that you are providing a way for them to do that, I think is phenomenal. So that's...
We are. What's the challenge with the people that come out of incarceration is society, and we've done well. Okay, Rutherford County is phenomenal in the recovery industry. But what is the challenge is they come out of that, they either go back to where they were because they had 3 meals,
Yep.
a place to sleep, or they're here and they're into the unknown. And Rutherford County's done a great job navigating now. I mean, Cope and all his group at the workhouse, they do phenomenal.
Yep.
But there's no one in between teaching them how to be a good employee, so when they do go out and get a job,
Yeah.
they don't fail.
Gotcha.
So that's where we come in and make that happen.
So you help them with that? Do you help them like learn how to write resumes or anything like that, or like I know it sounds like you do so much to help them get it back on their feet.
We
Like,
do.
where's it start?
We're trying to fill in the gaps.
Okay.
Okay, and of course A&H solely supports the Sweet Addiction right now. We finally do have some people coming in and supporting us.
Great.
But for 3 years, A&H has been solely supporting the Sweet Addiction.
Okay.
We're trying to fill in the gaps. There's not a gap for resume writing. They can go to the Career Center. There's not a gap for interview skills. They can go to the Career Center. We're filling in the gaps. The gaps that are there is teaching them 10, 12, and 2 is your break time,
Okay.
not 9:55.
Yeah.
You don't come back from lunch at 1:10. We went at 12.
Got it.
The basics, keeping your phone off during the day,
Okay.
unless it's something that, and you provide them our numbers, emergency number, the old school way. Remember, you provide your employees emergency number.
Yeah.
So we didn't have cell phones.
I got you.
But the basic things, and then we're also providing them the interaction skills.
Okay.
So, how conflict resolution.
Yeah.
You're a different personality than mine. In their addictive mindset, they would just say, okay, I'm done with you.
Okay.
Teaching them how to coexist, communicate, and we have a saying in A&H as well as Sweet Addiction is seek to understand before you seek to be understood.
Okay.
So
I like
that's
that.
kind of our governing philosophy in both.
Okay.
So we're teaching them how to interact effectively. Many of them, and then we can go on to the other stuff we're doing with that. But
Yeah.
that's on the job readiness side.
Okay.
Right now with that, the Sweet Addiction, we're teaching them not only those skills through baking and catering, because we do baking
Yeah.
and catering.
Yeah. No.
I know I didn't bring you guys anything. I will again next time.
No blueberry.
I know.
Oh my
I'll
God.
bring you some, I promise. Put your order in.
Yes, ma'am.
But now we're also we're looking for partners in the community
Okay.
who may want to allow them to job shadow 1 day a week.
Okay.
So they can understand that they don't have to go after the jobs in the waitressing industry, the restaurant industry, the retail. They can be elevated.
Okay.
And we've started training them internally in accounting. I've got one in accounting right now training.
Oh, very cool.
I've got
Okay.
another one as a recruiter training
Yeah.
with Shannon. I've got another one training administratively.
Okay.
So we're trying to get them trained in different areas.
I got you. Very good. Well, you're
we
training
need-
in accounting. Holy cow.
But if you trust them,
True. I'm saying you're a smart cookie if you're training
they will
in accounting.
rise up to the occasion.
Yeah.
They want people to trust them.
Okay.
Like anything in human nature.
Yeah.
What expectation you put on them, they're going to rise to it.
I got you.
Tell them they're a failure, they're always going to believe that.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And A&H is all about the girls in A&H. They know when they join our A&H team, they're going to cross over.
Okay.
So it's like a huge family. We're going to cross over and work with the ladies.
Nice. I feel like we need to put that quote right here on the wall or something so people can see that.
What?
Seek to understand
Before you seek to be understood.
I like that. That's good. I'm gonna cut that little clip out and put that for everybody. So
It makes
no,
a
that's a great
difference.
quote. I like that. Yeah, that works for so many things in life. I think so. That's awesome.
does.
So the Sweet Addiction. We'll talk about that a little bit more, like the food truck. So
Oh, the food truck.
I know,
And
God,
the catering.
Yeah, and just the pictures you have on that instantly make you hungry. Oh my God, because I remember we met originally, I think at the Bacon Festival, right? Wasn't that where? Yeah, remember? Didn't we walk over there, Jen? We were like, oh my God, and you had the blueberry.
We had a blueberry muffin,
Thank
I
you.
think, and then
Yeah.
we had the maple bacon.
Maple
cinnamon
bacon.
roll.
That's what. Yes, because I remember that's what she wanted. I wanted the blueberry. I'm a blueberry fiend, but maple bacon. Yeah, it's good stuff.
We call it the Sweet Addiction for a reason. You trade
Right,
one addiction to another.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so you do a lot of community events with that, and people like. Where do you go with the food truck? What is that?
We're open. We're always looking for opportunities to go.
Okay.
We've been to World Outreach, and we're going to be going back there. We have
Very
a couple of small events coming up, nothing major.
Okay.
But now catering, we have a couple of huge events coming up.
Nice.
If people are interested in catering, we can sit down and have a conversation, and see what you're interested in. I can guarantee one thing: the food is delicious.
Oh, there's no
You're
argument.
never
that,
going to have. But we can do anything from 50 people, box lunches, all the way up to 400 people.
Dang.
Full blown
Okay.
meal.
Okay. Gotcha. Very cool.
And it's all made by the women in recovery.
Yeah,
Every bit of it is made by them.
that's wonderful. Gotcha. How many people are on the truck at one time that you were
On the truck, when we have the truck out, it's usually about 4.
4? Okay. Gotcha.
And-
Not in the truck. How many?
Not in the truck?
Yeah.
Anytime we have anywhere from 6 to 10 people in the program at a time.
Really? Okay. Awesome.
It just depends on what's going on. And they're in the rotating. They go every 3 months. So
Okay.
they're in the program for 3 months until we can birth them out.
Okay.
We've just
Gotcha.
birthed a couple of them out. We do have a partnership with a hotel
Yeah.
and another bank who's mentoring one of our girls.
Oh, awesome.
So
Okay. Shout out to that bank. Good job. Okay, cool. And then
that's volunteer.
There you go. All right, cool. And then maybe I'm springboarding here a little bit, but you have all of this, everything you just said is all gearing up for an even bigger project that you're already working on, planned out. I saw the specs. You can't deny it. So
You did see the specs.
yeah, that's right. You showed me. So, but is that something you're okay to talk about?
Yeah, I'm okay to talk
Okay, I just want to make sure before we dive into it. But yeah, you are. You know, I'm gonna let you take it over because this is your baby. I know I saw the renderings and everything. This whole thing you're building.
Espoir.
There you go.
Espoir properties. You know what Espoir means?
You told me. I forgot.
It's French.
Yeah. I can't. I know you told me. I can't remember.
Hope.
Okay, got it. Hope Properties. I like that. Oh, Jen does too. So look at that face.
Espoir properties. Yeah.
Okay, and then I was just rumbling. Take it over. What do you plan on doing with all that?
Well, let me help you understand what the challenge is.
Okay.
Again, we're filling in those gaps.
Got
okay,
it.
and understand A&H is footing all this bill right now. So
Yes.
please, we need business.
That's right. How about A&H? They're helping out the community in a huge way.
And if you do business with us on the staffing and recruiting side, a portion of everything you spend goes to that and other nonprofits.
Okay.
So we don't just limit that.
Yeah.
But one of the challenges when ladies come through, and I'm going to use ladies, men too.
Yes.
But let's say they come through a halfway house. They get to go through treatment. They come through a halfway house. They get their children back for the first time, either the first time sober or the first time period.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
At that point, they usually are only making enough money to throw them back in their old neighborhood.
Gotcha.
So recidivism, results. They go back in their old neighborhood. It's hard to stay clean in your old neighborhood, and they repeat the cycle.
Gotcha.
So the goal is to take them out of that situation. We want to put them in. We want to have a self-sustaining community. We do have the blueprints. You've seen that.
Yep.
We have the master plan.
Very impressive, by the way.
KDGI did that. Brandon and his crew.
Okay. Awesome.
So shout out to them. They did that for us.
All right.
Great people over there. Like to give credit where it's due.
Oh, absolutely.
So what happens is we have a self-sustaining community. Where we have a garden. We have 900 square foot duplexes, 3 bedrooms. Small bath, living room, 0 lot lines, easy for the ladies to take care of.
Yeah.
While they're in, they can turn around and move into that with their children. Now, there are some caveats. What we do is we have to do a financial analysis first.
Okay.
Some of these very low numbers. I know you can't find a house for $500 in Rutherford County, but my mind can only handle so much math. So
gotcha.
let's say they've got to move in their old neighborhood. It's going to cost them $500 a month for rent. Recovering addicts, and not recovering addicts, all of us.
Yeah.
We're bad about discretionary income. We just kind of throw it. We instant gratifications for everything.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So we sit them down with a budget, and we identify, hey, you got $200 a month here. You're spending on that quick soda at the gas station, all this kind, disposable income.
Yeah.
You say you're broke, but you're spending all this money.
Yeah.
So we'll tell them, okay, you get to move into this house at $700 a month. All right?
Okay.
While you're in that house, you have to continue recovery, your sponsorships, your classes. But then we are also going to mandate that you go through financial training, financial peace. We work with you to get credit up. One of our board members is Courtney Vonneberger at First Bank. Wonderful lady.
There you go.
Shout out to First Bank. Put you through all of that, then put you through parenting classes. We're certified in strengthening families. They have to go through that. They have to go through lifestyle training. And what I mean by that is like atomic habits. Things that we learn in corporate America,
Yep.
I want to bring that to that level.
Okay.
Because they have the capabilities, but they've never been taught that they can be better than they are.
Gotcha.
Or I'm not going to say better than they are. Rise to who they are.
Rise to who they are.
To
There
bring
you go.
that out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say better. But you see what I'm saying?
Yep, I get you.
They always think that, I grew up this way. So they go through all of that. And in the meantime, we also set them up with mentoring moms, volunteers, who will go in their houses, take on 2 or 3 families, and teach them how to set up a household.
All right.
You have to understand, 50% of these ladies come from addicted households or non-normal households.
Yeah. I got
So
you.
they have no idea how to run a household. So we put them there for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, we've taken that discretionary income of $200. We have put that in an escrow form.
Okay.
So the point is, hopefully at that point, we will get them to where they're going to get the credit, where they're going to apply for a home loan.
Okay.
Then they get that money back as a down payment on a home.
Okay. Very cool.
If for some reason it doesn't work, their credit's not where it needs to be, the next phase is we'd like to have 1,200 square foot homes, 0 lot lines, starter homes, where we take that money back, hold it. They move into that home at a 3-year lease
Okay.
purchase option.
Uh-huh.
And at the end, and we, based on whatever subsidies or offsets we get with the government, we take anywhere from 10 to 35% of their rent they're paying monthly. We put that in escrow.
Okay.
At the end of that 3 years, they qualify. They get that money back as a down payment. We keep that as a down payment at market value, and then they own the home.
Nice.
So we've taken them from a taker to a giver. We've
Yeah.
taken them from someone who's following and succumb to the things of what they've grown up with or whatever, to a leader.
Yeah.
Somebody empowered. And that's the key. We want to empower these women to be all that God designed them to be.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And one thing I love about, I mean, you're obviously very passionate about this. I can like feel it in the room. But I mean, I remember when we first started talking about this, and then you were like, all right, come here, let me show you something. And then you showed me the plans, and these are legit plans, by the way, people. These aren't just like, oh, let me draw this on a napkin type deal.
No,
Look at it.
architect did 'em.
Architect did them. And so like, you are planning this out to do, I mean, it's really something. And like, we can't thank you enough for what you're doing in the community and helping all these people. I mean, I know you shake your head and you're like, it's God's just helping me out, and which I agree, but he's channeling you, to do all this. This is amazing, so.
He uses ordinary people.
Right. Hey, it's what we're here for. But I mean, it's really a wonderful thing, and so I can't wait to document this with you along the way. I want to keep up with it, and so we'll start. Yeah. So do you? I know it's a process, but do you have any expectation on time or anything like that when you're gonna?
I don't, but I will tell you that we have opened up at the 1st of June next week. I had another house with another ministry,
Okay.
and they use it as a halfway house, and they now found a bigger house. So I have
Okay.
a small house, and talked to my husband, and we've decided to use it as a pilot for the transitional home.
Oh, that's great.
So we have 3 ladies moving in.
Oh, nice.
And they'll
So
have
it
beds
started.
for the kids. They'll have beds for the children.
Very cool.
They don't have their children right now, but they can have overnight stays.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll have beds for the children. It'll also be, So we're going to start it. They'll have to go through all these programs.
Yeah.
This week we're starting the Strengthening Families for them.
That's
As of
wonderful.
tomorrow, we start that every week for
Dang.
the next 12 weeks. So
wow.
it's a small start. But
It's a start, though.
It's a start, and it's going to help us flush out the details. So
Yeah.
when God opens up the door for the big property,
Yeah.
of course, if someone wants to donate property, we'll take 20 acres.
Hey, there you
But,
go.
You know,
Yeah. Hey, no, that'd be great.
I know. But there might be somebody out there God lays on the heart and says, hey,
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
We've seen things before. So anybody tuning in has 20 acres to donate. Let us know.
I'll take 10.
Hey,
You know,
10, there
just
you
to
go. Any
start.
bit. That's a start. Yeah.
But it's going to allow us to flesh out all the programs.
Yeah.
That
Oh, man.
and the financial piece and everything. So
Yeah.
the girls are excited. It is a transitional house. It's not your halfway house.
Yeah.
These are ladies who are set in their recovery. They're ready for the next step, but yet they're not ready to go out and take on a full lease themselves.
Yeah. Oh, but that's so cool, though. Like, you've started. The ball is rolling.
It is starting to roll.
Ah,
Didn't
that's
expect
awesome.
that, but yeah, the door opened up.
Wow. That's got. How do you feel about that? That's got a big, great sense of accomplishment to start this.
John, I have to be honest with you. I don't know if I ever feel a sense of accomplishment.
Okay.
I just sit and say, okay, God, what's next? Because none of this I could do without him.
Yeah.
And, the old scripture says, pride comes before destruction, a Holy Spirit before the fall.
Okay. Yep.
I've just learned to say, okay, God, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
Just don't let me get out of your will. That's my only concern. I don't want to get out of his will
Oh,
and screw it
man.
up. That's it. That's my
Yeah.
I heard a quote yesterday that said, dependence is power.
Okay.
Dependence on God is
yeah.
power.
You're one of the most humble people I've ever met. Oh, my gosh. No,
Should've
I
met me
get what
20
you're
years
saying.
ago. Should have met me 20 years ago.
No, I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with you 1,000%. But what you're doing is amazing, and so, I'll just leave it at that. But that's wonderful.
Yeah. Look to God.
Okay, all right. Well, we will definitely keep up with that. So I want to document that for everybody to keep up with. So and then there's another one. I'm jumping ahead. I want to talk about this little. You have a patent on it, right? How you're keeping kids safe.
I do have a patent on it, and
Yeah.
it is a national, global patent.
A global
I've got
patent.
some international patents on it.
Whoa. Okay.
Just looking for some investors
Yeah.
that can help us make it.
Yeah.
To
But
the
you've
next
gone
level.
through the concept and everything, right? And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
you've already
have
gone through all that.
I have a
Yeah.
national patent attorney
Yeah.
that's done all
Okay.
this.
And so this patent and everything. Tell us about what it's for, because this is really cool.
Without giving all the details, what it is.
sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
No, what it is for? It is a device that's indestructible that children can wear. that parents would be able to set up a safe zone for them. And if they go outside the safe zone, it would alert them immediately. And it would link up to every sensor in stores and everywhere else. So we'd be able to find a abducted child literally within 5 minutes.
Yeah. So that was really cool. What we kind of talked about, like in the mall or something, and a kid gets abducted, but all those sensors and everything that stores have and everything you got to walk through, or any sensor in general can detect it. And that's really amazing. Oh my gosh. I like you said, we won't talk too much about it.
Yeah, can't talk too much
yeah,
about it.
I apologize.
That's
But
okay. It is amazing. I just got to find the right people that want to back it up.
Yeah. But yeah, you've gone through the concept, the proof, all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
You patent it and everything. So again, one of those things, you are moving on it. You're not just talking about it.
No. We got a couple
bless.
more things too, but
You're just changing the world over here, starting in little Murfreesboro.
Well, the whole thing is if we can get that going, and then I've got a hospital gown going too. That we got a patent pending on that right now.
On a what? I'm sorry.
It's a maternity hospital gown.
Oh wow.
So we
There's
get
another
that.
one. Okay.
The whole point is to eventually have a manufacturing plant that will sustain and hire only people with barriers to employment.
Wow.
So literally, it would be nothing but
Yeah.
people who come out of jail and incarceration.
Dang.
Matter of fact, you wouldn't be able to work there because that would be a requirement.
No way. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's fast forward 10 years. Where do you see everything?
If the Lord doesn't come back,
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
the community situated, growing, making
Yeah.
changes, and maybe that being duplicated into other cities.
Oh wow.
Having a cafe or a restaurant that is hiring nothing but women in recovery.
Wow.
And then having a small manufacturing plant. I've got a good friend of mine who does just designer work for designers in New York that she's just ready to start anytime we're ready and do nothing but a textile company hiring women and men in recovery and from incarceration.
Jen, how cool would this be? We've talked about our future goals on certain things, and we'll talk off camera, but opening up certain things. But you know what I'm talking about. Imagine partnering with her and working with, oh my God, that'd be amazing. Okay, we'll talk about that.
It's people say, well, you don't make any money. I'm like, well, it isn't about the money. I'm comfortable. God's been good to me.
Yeah.
You have to understand where I came from. I was a single mom at one point. Had lost my job because I was framed.
Oh gosh, okay.
And my ex-husband had taken everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So literally, my son was in private school, being given peanut butter and crackers in a water bottle I refilled every day to go to school, in private school.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Because my husband had taken everything, and I was making really good money, but he had left me so far behind in taxes that I was paying the equivalent of about $5,000 now a month.
Whoa.
Maybe, close to that.
That's a lot of money.
So I had nothing, and then I lost my job because I was framed, and I proved it. So that's another thing.
Okay.
But literally, I lost my car. I lost everything but the house.
Oh my goodness.
And I had people that came to me, churches, Bradley's Creek, wonderful people there, had came to me where we had ministered, my ex-husband and I did, came and paid my mortgage several months so I could stay. And I had made so much money that I couldn't qualify for government assistance.
Yeah, I got you.
So therefore, I went from being, over a third of the United States as a risk manager and setting up distribution centers and talking to attorneys and all that, to literally working 3 minimum wage jobs, including cutting chicken in a kitchen.
Wow. Okay.
So I told God at that point, once I get out of this, I will, do everything I can to help other women.
Wow.
So like you have a story. People look at you and think, oh yeah, they've got it all together. No, we all have a story.
That's true. Yeah.
We have a story,
Yeah,
and I had people that poured into me. I was that wallflower that wouldn't open her mouth, believe it or not. Believe it or not. But I was that wallflower even into adulthood.
Yeah. Okay.
And, I worked for a corporation that believed in developing their people.
Wow. Well, that's great, though. I mean, and look at you now. My God, you're changing the world.
God's done a lot.
Yeah. That's fantastic. My gosh. We could just pick your brain on this stuff all day long. My God, you got stories for days. Jeez. And things you're doing. There was another one you just mentioned, the maternity gown.
Maternity cape.
Maternity, okay.
Maternity cape for a hospital.
Yeah? Is that something you can talk about? Or?
The patent's pending.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. We'll wait till that's done. We'll come back round 2. We'll talk about that. But man, my gosh, thank you for coming on and thank you for your time. I know you have another meeting to go to, so I want to be cognizant of your time.
No, we're fine. But
okay.
A&H supports all of this.
Yeah.
The SWE addiction would not have existed
Yeah.
if A&H had not financially supported it up to this point.
Okay.
But
So all companies out there or people out there that you help A&H, you go through A&H, then you're basically helping all that stuff you just talked about. You're helping.
exactly, you're supporting it financially.
Yeah,
Every bit of it.
everything.
Every
So,
bit.
Man, that's good.
And the
So
books
companies out there, contact. How can people contact you or get more info or anything about?
They can call me directly, 615-485-1420.
All right, we'll put that on the screen for you.
Yeah, or they can look online and call the number, and the girls will get with me.
Okay.
If there's a company that's interested in hiring people with backgrounds,
Yeah.
Sometimes people are shy. They don't want to do that
Yeah, yeah.
for different reasons.
Okay.
They can call us, and if we need to get the individuals bonded,
Yeah.
or if they have a group they want to work with, but they're
Yeah.
afraid to take them on. The key is we sit down and have a conversation. If it works, it works. We're not
Yeah.
high pressure.
Yeah.
If it's a partnership and we can help you
Yeah.
fill a gap,
Yeah.
great. If we can't, then, but I tell people, I'll leave with this.
Yeah.
You don't realize you're working with a Volkswagen until you drive a Lamborghini.
There you go. I like that. Yeah. I like that. You're full of great quotes and sayings. I love this. We're going to put that one on the wall right there and the other one right here. That's good. We should put them on the TV. We just have them just flash and rotate. That's cool. I'm going to call you every day. Man, what's the quote today? All right.
What's the quote today?
Hey, Robin, I need a quote. That's awesome. Well, again, thank you for sharing all that. That's wonderful what
John,
you're
for
doing.
the
Oh, yeah.
opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll definitely follow up with all this and keep track. So we'll get but I'll put all your information in the description for this so everybody can contact you. And
That'd be great.
We'll put it out there. So again, thank you for your time. I know you got to run to your
Thank
next
you.
meeting.
Thank
And
you.
everybody who's tuning in, watching, or listening, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the next one.